Welcome. Tonight, you leave the modern world behind. The busy streets, the bright screens, the endless noise, all of it slowly fades away. Tonight is different. Tonight, you are about to take a journey. Not a fast one, not a hurried one, a slow journey, a peaceful journey. One that begins in the autumn of 1937. Take a slow breath. There is nowhere you need to be, nothing to finish, nothing waiting for you. Only the gentle rhythm of the night ahead. The evening air feels cool. A light rain has just passed. The streets still shine beneath the soft glow of old street lamps. Small puddles reflect warm golden light. Your footsteps are slow, unhurried, comfortable. Ahead, the railway station comes into view. It is a beautiful building, built from warm red brick. Tall, arched windows glow softly from within. Large iron lamps hang beneath the roof. Their warm amber light spills onto the platform. Everything feels calm. Nothing feels rushed. A large station clock hangs above the entrance. Its hands move quietly, almost unnoticed. A few travelers arrive with leather suitcases. Some wear long wool coats. Others carry neatly folded newspapers beneath one arm. Their voices remain low. Soft conversations drift gently through the evening air. No one seems to hurry. Everyone moves with quiet purpose. A porter carefully wheels a luggage cart across the platform. Its small metal wheels create a gentle sound against the old stone floor. Somewhere nearby, a steam whistle echoes softly through the station. Long, low, peaceful. The sound fades into the distance. You pause for a moment. The scent of fresh rain still lingers in the air. It mixes with something warmer. Coal smoke, polished wood, fresh coffee drifting from the station cafe. The smells feel comforting, familiar, timeless. You step beneath the station roof. The rain no longer reaches you. Only the soft sound of dripping water remains. Drops fall slowly from the edge of the roof, one after another. A wooden bench waits nearby. Its polished surface reflects the warm station lights. An elderly couple sits quietly together. Neither one speaks. They simply watch the evening unfold. A young conductor walks calmly across the platform. His dark navy uniform is neatly pressed. Bright brass buttons catch the warm light. He tips his cap politely as he passes. Everything about this place feels peaceful, as though time itself has slowed. Far beyond the platform, hidden beneath drifting clouds of white steam, something magnificent waits. You cannot yet see it clearly, only its warm lights, its gentle clouds of steam, and the quiet promise of the journey ahead. You smile softly. Tonight, the adventure is not about reaching a destination. It is about enjoying every peaceful mile along the way. And your journey, is only just beginning. The station feels warm, safe, almost untouched by time. You walk a little farther. Your footsteps echo softly across the old stone platform. The sound is gentle, never loud, only enough to remind you that you are really here. The cool evening air follows you. It carries the fresh scent of autumn leaves. Somewhere nearby, a newspaper rustles quietly. A gentleman folds it neatly beneath his arm. He glances toward the tracks, then smiles to himself. Perhaps he has taken this journey many times before. A young family waits a little farther down the platform. Their luggage is stacked neatly beside a wooden bench. A little girl hugs a small teddy bear. She looks toward the tracks with quiet excitement. Her parents speak softly, almost in whispers. No one wishes to disturb the peaceful evening. Above you, the great iron canopy stretches across the station. Tiny raindrops still fall from its edge. They land gently on the tracks below, one after another. The station lamps continue to glow. Their warm amber light reflects across polished rails. Everything feels golden, comfortable, timeless. You pause beside an old timetable. Its cream-colored paper lists tonight's departures. Most of the names sound familiar. Small towns, quiet valleys, mountain villages. Places where life moves gently. Your train is listed near the bottom, on time, just as expected. You smile softly. There is something comforting about that. A luggage cart rolls past. Its wooden wheels creak quietly. Leather suitcases are stacked carefully. Each one carries its own story. Each one belongs to someone beginning a peaceful journey. The station cafe remains open. Warm light spills through its windows. Fresh coffee is being poured. A baker places warm rolls into a display case. The comforting aroma drifts across the platform. For a moment, you simply breathe it all in. The smell of fresh bread, coffee, rain, coal smoke, old wood. Together, they create a feeling that belongs only to places like this. Somewhere ahead, steam rises once again. This time, a little higher, a little thicker. The great locomotive is beginning to wake. Its deep breathing fills the evening. Slow, steady, patient. A gentle hiss escapes into the cool air. White clouds drift upward, then disappear into the darkening sky. The station grows just a little quieter. Almost everyone turns toward the same direction. Nobody rushes. Nobody speaks loudly. They simply wait. The journey will begin soon. A conductor walks slowly along the platform. His polished shoes shine beneath the station lamps. A small brass pocket watch rests in his hand. He checks the time, closes the cover with a quiet click, then smiles warmly toward the waiting passengers. Everything is exactly as it should be. The rails stretch into the distance. vanishing beneath rows of glowing lamps. Beyond them, dark forests wait beneath the evening sky. Rolling hills disappear into soft blue mist. Somewhere far beyond those hills, your destination quietly waits. But tonight, there is no need to think about tomorrow. Tonight, the journey itself is enough. You rest one hand on your leather suitcase. Its handle feels smooth with age, solid, reliable, just like the station around you. A cool breeze passes gently through the platform. The station clock quietly marks another minute. The evening grows darker. The lamps glow brighter. And somewhere ahead, the waiting locomotive lets out another long, peaceful whistle. The sound drifts across the countryside, softly, calmly, as though inviting every traveler to come aboard. A soft bell rings somewhere along the platform. Just once, its clear tone drifts through the evening air. The waiting passengers begin to move. Not quickly, simply together. You follow them. The platform stretches farther ahead. Then, you finally see it. The locomotive. It stands beneath towering clouds of white steam. Powerful, elegant, patient. Its glossy black body reflects the station lights like polished glass. Large driving wheels rest silently on the rails. Bright brass fittings catch every warm glow. Nothing about it feels rushed. It seems content to wait. A fire burns deep inside the boiler. Every few moments, a gentle breath of steam escapes. The sound is low, almost comforting. You stop for a moment. It is impossible not to admire it. Every rivet, every polished handle, every carefully crafted detail, built with skill, built to last. The engineer leans from the cab window. His cap is slightly dusted with coal soot. He exchanges a friendly smile with the station master. No words are needed. They have done this countless evenings before. Nearby, a porter lifts a leather suitcase onto a brass luggage trolley. He moves with quiet confidence. Years of experience show in every careful movement. Nothing is dropped. Nothing is hurried. The smell of warm coal mixes with cool autumn air. It is richer here, deeper, yet never unpleasant. The locomotive gives another gentle sigh. Steam rolls slowly across the platform. For a few seconds, everything disappears behind a soft, white cloud. Then it clears again. The train almost seems alive, breathing quietly before the long journey ahead. Your carriage waits several cars behind the locomotive. Its deep, forest green paint shines beneath the lamps. Gold lettering runs neatly along the side. Each window glows with warm amber light. Inside, Soft curtains are already drawn. A few passengers have settled into their compartments. Some are reading. Others simply watch the platform through the glass. You continue walking. Your suitcase rolls smoothly beside you. The polished wooden platform feels solid beneath your feet. A conductor waits beside the carriage door. His navy uniform is immaculate. White gloves, brass buttons, a neatly pressed cap. He greets each passenger with a warm smile. When your turn arrives, he accepts your ticket. He studies it for only a moment, then gives a small nod. Welcome aboard. His voice is calm, unhurried. He steps aside. The polished brass handrail catches the light. The wooden steps shine from years of careful care. You place one hand on the rail. It feels cool, smooth, steady. With one slow step, then another, you leave the platform behind and quietly step into the world of the overnight train. The corridor is softly lit. Warm amber lamps line the polished wooden walls. Their gentle glow reflects across polished brass fittings. The carriage feels quiet, almost like a fine hotel. Your footsteps become softer. A thick carpet runs the length of the corridor. It cushions every step. Doors stand neatly along one side. Each one carries a small brass number. Each one hides a private space for the night ahead. An attendant smiles as you pass. He gives a small nod, then quietly continues arranging fresh linen inside another compartment. Everything feels carefully prepared. Nothing has been overlooked. You soon find your cabin. The brass number matches your ticket. You turn the polished handle. The door opens without a sound. The room is small, yet beautifully designed. Rich walnut panels cover the walls. A comfortable armchair rests beside the window. Fresh white bedding has already been prepared. A folded wool blanket waits at the foot of the bed. Above, a small brass reading lamp casts a warm golden glow. A polished wooden shelf holds a glass pitcher of fresh water. Beside it, a crystal drinking glass catches the light. A small vase holds a single white chrysanthemum. Its delicate petals brighten the room. You place your suitcase beneath the bed, then remove your coat. A polished wooden hook waits beside the door. Your hat soon joins it. Everything now feels settled, comfortable, ready. You lower yourself into the armchair. The cushion is soft. The fabric feels warm beneath your hands. Outside, the platform remains quietly busy. A porter loads the final pieces of luggage. A conductor speaks with the station master. Two old friends shake hands before saying goodbye. A young couple waves through an open window. Simple moments, quiet moments. Moments that seem almost forgotten in another time. The station clock approaches the hour. The conductor raises his hand. A long whistle echoes through the evening, clear, gentle, certain. A moment later, the locomotive answers. Its deep whistle rolls across the rooftops, then fades into the autumn sky. There is one small movement beneath your feet, almost impossible to notice. The great train slowly comes to life. The wheels begin to turn, so gently that the station almost seems to move instead. The platform drifts past your window, slowly. The station lamps slide across the glass, one by one. The familiar brick building begins to disappear. The waiting passengers grow smaller. The porter raises one final hand. The station master tips his cap. Then, right up you Kriouars Moop and Farnier. Their tall silhouettes stand quietly against the evening sky. The final traces of daylight fade behind distant hills. Small farmhouse windows glow warmly across open fields. A narrow country road crosses the railway, far ahead. An old wooden fence follows the tracks for a while, then quietly disappears into the darkness. Inside the carriage, everything becomes wonderfully still. Only one sound remains, the gentle rhythm of steel wheels meeting polished rails. Soft, steady, endless. It is a rhythm that asks nothing of you, nothing to solve, nothing to remember, only to listen, only to rest. The journey has begun, and somewhere beyond the quiet forests, a long, peaceful night is waiting. Of Coanum Arniari? Os this be? Of long, peaceful night is waiting. The door closes quietly behind you. The sounds of the platform become softer. Only a gentle murmur remains. You stand still for a moment. The cabin feels welcoming, not large, but thoughtfully designed. Everything has its place. The polished walnut walls glow beneath warm amber light. The craftsmanship is remarkable. Every corner feels carefully made. Nothing feels unnecessary. Your suitcase rests beside the door. You lift it slowly, then slide it beneath the bed. It fits perfectly, out of sight, out of the way. You remove your wool coat. The fabric still carries a hint of cool evening air. Your hat follows. Both hang neatly on a polished wooden hook. The room already begins to feel like your own. You take another slow look around. The comfortable armchair sits beside the window. Its deep green fabric looks inviting. A folded wool blanket rests across one arm. The blanket feels thick, soft, warm. Beside the chair, a small walnut table waits. A brass reading lamp casts a gentle circle of light. Its glow is never harsh, only enough to make the room feel peaceful. A crystal glass sits beside a polished water pitcher. Fresh drinking water has already been prepared. Nearby, a small vase holds a single autumn flower. Simple, elegant, timeless. Above the window, heavy curtains hang neatly. Their rich fabric softens every sound. Even the outside world feels quieter. The bed has already been prepared for the night. Fresh white linen, perfectly smooth. A thick pillow, a warm blanket folded carefully at the foot. It looks wonderfully comfortable. You run your hand gently across the blanket. The fabric feels soft, comforting, familiar. The train gives the slightest movement, almost impossible to notice. Just a gentle sway, then another. The journey has truly begun. Outside the window, the station lights continue drifting farther away. Soon, only darkness remains beyond the glass. Not an empty darkness, a peaceful one. The kind that belongs only to quiet countryside nights. You settle into the armchair. The cushion slowly gives beneath your weight. You let out a quiet breath. There is nothing left to organize, nothing left to prepare. For the first time today, you simply sit and listen. The soft rhythm of the wheels below, the distant breathing of the steam locomotive ahead, the quiet warmth surrounding you. Everything feels wonderfully unhurried. And somewhere beyond the window, the long autumn night stretches peacefully ahead. You remain by the window, watching the night unfold. The countryside slips by almost unnoticed. Dark fields, quiet trees, the occasional farmhouse glowing softly in the distance. Everything passes at an unhurried pace. The train rocks gently beneath you, back and forth, back and forth. The movement feels steady, almost like slow ocean waves. A quiet knock comes at the door. 3 gentle taps, never loud. You rise slowly. The polished handle turns. An attendant stands outside. His navy uniform is perfectly pressed. A small silver tray rests comfortably in his hands. Upon it, a steaming ceramic cup, a polished silver teapot, a tiny dish of honey, and 2 delicate butter biscuits. He offers a warm smile, then carefully places the tray upon the small table beside your chair. The rich aroma rises immediately. Chamomile, fresh mint, a hint of wild honey. The fragrance fills the cabin. Softly, naturally. The attendant wishes you a pleasant evening, then quietly closes the door behind him. Silence returns once more. You lift the teapot. The polished silver feels pleasantly warm. Slowly, you pour the tea. Golden steam rises into the soft light. The gentle scent becomes even richer. You wrap both hands around the cup. Its warmth spreads slowly through your fingers, comforting, relaxing. Outside, the train crosses a small wooden bridge. The sound beneath the wheels changes for only a few seconds. A gentle rhythm, soft, even. Then the familiar sound of smooth rails quietly returns. You take your first sip. The tea is warm, delicate, not too strong, just enough to chase away the coolness of the evening. You place the cup back onto its saucer. No hurry, no schedule, only this quiet moment. Beyond the glass, the moon slowly appears between drifting clouds. Its pale light touches the tops of distant pine trees. Silver reflections shimmer across a narrow river. For a brief moment, the water shines like glass. Then the river disappears behind the forest. The train continues onward, without effort, without haste. The steady rhythm below your feet becomes almost hypnotic. Each gentle sway invites your shoulders to relax a little more. Each passing mile carries the busy world farther away. You lean back into the chair. The blanket rests lightly across your knees. The warm tea, the quiet cabin, the endless railway. Together, they create a feeling that is difficult to find anywhere else. A feeling of complete ease, and the night has only just begun. The tea has grown pleasantly warm. You finish the last quiet sip. The empty cup rests upon its saucer. For a few moments, you simply listen. Then, you decide to stretch your legs. Not because you need to, only because the evening invites a slow walk. You open the cabin door. The corridor is almost silent. Soft amber lamps glow along the polished walls. Their light reflects gently across the brass fittings. The train moves with quiet confidence. Nothing rattles. Nothing shakes. Every carriage follows the next with graceful ease. You begin walking. One hand brushes lightly across the smooth walnut paneling. The wood feels cool, perfectly polished. A compartment door stands slightly open. Inside, an elderly gentleman has already fallen asleep. An open novel rests quietly across his lap. His reading glasses have slipped slightly forward. The bedside lamp still glows. You continue onward, farther down the corridor. A young couple quietly play a game of chess. Neither one speaks. Only the gentle movement of wooden pieces across the board. Their smiles say enough. You pass without disturbing them. The next compartment remains empty. Fresh white bedding waits untouched. A folded blanket rests neatly at the foot of the bed. Everything is ready for the traveler who has not yet arrived. The corridor bends gently with the movement of the train. Large windows line the opposite side. You pause beside one. Outside, rows of telegraph poles rise and fall beside the tracks, one after another, one after another. Their steady rhythm quietly marks the passing miles. Beyond them, wide open fields stretch beneath the moon. Silver light rests gently across the grass. A lone windmill stands quietly in the distance. Its wooden blades remain perfectly still. Soon, the fields give way to a small orchard. Rows of apple trees drift slowly past. Their branches move gently in the cool night breeze. For only a moment, then they disappear into darkness. The train continues forward, never rushing, always steady. At the end of the corridor, a small observation window looks toward the locomotive. Far ahead, soft clouds of white steam rise into the night sky. The engine leads patiently through the darkness, confident, unwavering. You watch for a few quiet seconds, then turn back toward your cabin. The familiar warmth welcomes you once again. You close the door gently. The outside world becomes wonderfully distant. Your chair waits beside the window, exactly where you left it. You settle back into the soft cushion. The journey continues, one peaceful mile at a time. After a while, you decide to leave your cabin once more. The train continues its steady journey. Each gentle turn feels almost effortless. The corridor is even quieter now. Most compartment doors are closed. Many passengers have already settled in for the night. At the end of the carriage, a polished glass door opens into the dining car. The room feels elegant, yet wonderfully simple. Soft amber table lamps cast small pools of light across crisp white tablecloths. Dark walnut walls glow warmly beneath the polished brass fixtures. Every chair has been carefully pushed into place. Only a handful of tables are occupied. A gentleman quietly writes a letter. A woman slowly knits a wool scarf. Near the far window, an elderly couple share a slice of apple pie. No conversation, only comfortable silence. You choose a seat beside the window. The waiter arrives almost immediately. His movements are calm, practiced. Without saying much, he places a small porcelain plate before you. Fresh apple pie, still warm from the kitchen. Beside it, a small cup of freshly brewed coffee. The rich aroma rises gently into the air. A hint of cinnamon, a touch of baked apple, warm butter, simple comforts. You take a small bite. The pastry is light. The filling is warm, sweet, but never too sweet. Outside, the countryside continues to drift past. A quiet lake suddenly appears. Its surface is perfectly still. The full moon rests upon the water, like polished silver. For several peaceful seconds, the train travels alongside the shoreline. The reflection never seems to move. Then, the trees quietly return. Tall pines, dark oaks, golden autumn leaves catching the moonlight. Far ahead, the locomotive gives a gentle whistle. Its sound echoes softly across the valley. A moment later, the train rolls onto a long steel bridge. The view opens in every direction. Far below, a wide river flows silently through the darkness. Moonlight dances across the slow-moving water. The bridge seems endless, yet the crossing is so smooth, you barely notice the wheels beneath you. Soon, solid ground returns. The waiter quietly clears your plate. He wishes you a pleasant evening, then disappears into the kitchen. The atmosphere becomes softer, almost dreamlike. You remain by the window, watching the endless ribbon of track carry you deeper into the peaceful night. There is nowhere else you would rather be. Tonight, the journey itself feels like home. Time quietly slips away. The train keeps its steady rhythm. Outside, the countryside has fallen completely asleep. Small villages rest beneath the moon. A church steeple rises above dark rooftops. One lonely lantern still burns beside a farmhouse. Then, even that light disappears. Wide open fields return once more. The rails stretch endlessly ahead. Silver moonlight washes gently across the landscape. The locomotive breathes steadily. Its distant whistle echoes across quiet valleys. Softly, then fades into the night. You remain beside the window, watching the peaceful world drift by. There is nothing to hurry toward, only quiet miles, one after another. Far ahead, small station lights appear. One by one, the train begins to slow, almost without notice. The wheels whisper gently against the rails. Soon, tiny country station comes into view. A wooden platform. A single bench. Only one station master stands beneath an old iron lamp. He checks his pocket watch, then raises a green lantern. The locomotive answers with a gentle puff of steam. After only a minute, the journey continues. The little station slowly disappears behind the last carriage. Dark forests return. The stars shine overhead. The rhythm of the rails becomes steady once again. You lean back comfortably. The blanket rests lightly across your knees. Your eyes grow heavier. The quiet train carries you deeper into the peaceful autumn night. The night has settled into its deepest hour. The world beyond your window feels almost untouched. No busy roads, no glowing towns, only the endless railway stretching into the darkness. The train continues with quiet confidence. Its rhythm has become so familiar, you barely notice it anymore. It feels as natural as your own breathing. You slowly rise from the armchair. The blanket slips gently onto the seat behind you. For a moment, you simply stand beside the window. The glass feels cool beneath your fingertips. Outside, a thin veil of mist drifts across open fields. It hangs low above the ground, soft, weightless, almost like floating silk. The locomotive glides into a vast prairie. The trees disappear. Now the land opens in every direction. Miles of quiet grasslands rest beneath the fading moon. Old fence posts stretch toward the horizon, one after another, perfectly still. Far away, an abandoned wooden barn stands alone. Its faded red paint has weathered through many seasons. The roof leans slightly, yet it still stands proudly beneath the stars. Soon, the prairie gives way to gentle rolling hills. The railway begins to climb. Not steeply, only enough to notice. The engine works a little harder now. Its steady breathing grows deeper. White steam rises higher into the cool night air, then disappears into the darkness above. The train enters a forest unlike any before. Towering pine trees line both sides of the track. Their trunks rise like quiet pillars. Moonlight filters gently through the branches. Shadows drift slowly across the windows. The forest seems endless, calm, patient, as though it has been waiting here for centuries. A narrow stream appears beside the railway. the water moves silently over smooth stones. For several peaceful moments, the train follows its winding path. The stream sparkles beneath the moon, then quietly disappears beneath a small stone bridge. You watch carefully. The bridge passes beneath the carriage, almost unnoticed. Only the faintest change in the sound of the wheels. Then smooth rails return once again. Beyond the forest, the land opens for a second time. This time, a quiet valley stretches below. Tiny farmhouses rest among scattered fields. Only 2 windows remain illuminated. Perhaps someone is tending a wood stove. Perhaps a baker has begun preparing bread for the morning. Or perhaps someone else is also awake, watching the same moon, the same quiet night. The train never interrupts the silence. It simply becomes part of it. Far ahead, a tall semaphore signal rises beside the track. Its red and white arm stands motionless against the sky. A lantern glows softly near its base. The locomotive passes beneath it, without slowing. The signal disappears into the darkness behind you. Minutes later, another railway appears beside your own. 2 shining lines of steel now travel together, side by side. In the distance, a freight train waits patiently on a passing track. Long rows of wooden boxcars stand quietly beneath the stars. Their metal roofs glisten with cool dew. No smoke, no movement, only quiet stillness. The passenger train slips gently past. For a few moments, window after window reflects across the silent freight cars. Golden light, then darkness. Golden light, then darkness again. Soon, the freight train is gone. Only your railway remains. The countryside grows softer. The moon slowly sinks lower toward the western hills. Its silver light begins to fade. The stars lose a little of their brilliance. The sky changes, almost too slowly to notice. Deep navy blue becomes softer, then lighter still. Not morning, not yet. Only the earliest promise that dawn is somewhere beyond the horizon. You return to your chair. The cushion welcomes you once more. A leather-bound travel journal rests upon the small table. You open it carefully. Most of the pages remain blank. You smile. Some journeys are better remembered in silence. Not every beautiful moment needs to become words. You close the journal once again. The brass reading lamp continues to glow. Its warm circle of light falls gently across polished walnut wood. The craftsmanship catches your attention once more. The smooth grain, the tiny brass hinges, the careful joints. Everything aboard this train has been built with patience, made to last. made to travel countless peaceful nights like this one. You pour a small glass of fresh water. The crystal catches the golden light. Tiny reflections dance across the table. You take a slow sip. Cool, refreshing, simple. Outside, the first pale silver glow finally appears along the eastern horizon. So faint, you almost wonder if you imagined it. The night has not ended, but it has begun to quietly step aside. The train continues onward, steady, graceful, unhurried, carrying you gently toward the first light of a brand new day. For a long while, nothing changes. The train continues its gentle journey, steady, quiet, unhurried. The familiar rhythm beneath the wheels has become almost invisible. You no longer listen for it. It simply exists, like the quiet beating of a distant heart. Outside the window, the darkness slowly begins to soften. The stars disappear one after another, without farewell, without ceremony. Only the brightest remain for a few quiet moments. Then they too quietly fade into the growing light. The moon hangs low above the western hills. Its silver glow is gentler now, less brilliant than before, as though it knows its work is nearly finished. A cool mist blankets the countryside. It rests upon open meadows. It gathers beside quiet streams. It curls gently around weathered wooden fences. The train glides through it effortlessly, like a ship crossing calm water. Far away, the outline of distant hills slowly becomes clearer. Their dark shapes begin to reveal soft shades of green and brown. The world is quietly returning, little by little. The locomotive releases another gentle plume of white steam. It rises into the cool morning air. For a moment, the steam catches the first pale light, then disappears into the brightening sky. A small flock of birds suddenly lifts from a nearby field. They circle once above the railway, then vanish toward the trees. The first birdsong reaches the open countryside, soft, gentle, unhurried. It feels as though nature itself is slowly waking beside the tracks. You notice tiny droplets of dew clinging to the window glass. Each one catches the growing light. For a brief moment, they sparkle like tiny crystals, then quietly slide away. The train crosses another wooden bridge. Below, a narrow river reflects the pale morning sky. The water is perfectly calm. Only a few gentle ripples follow the current downstream. On the opposite bank, A fisherman prepares his small wooden boat. He moves slowly, without rushing. Just another peaceful morning beginning. The countryside begins to change. Golden fields replace the darker forests. Small orchards appear beside white farmhouses. Thin trails of smoke rise from old stone chimneys. Breakfast fires have already been lit. The new day has quietly begun. Inside the cabin, everything feels wonderfully familiar. The polished walnut walls, the soft brass lamp, the comfortable chair, the folded blanket. They have become part of your journey, almost like old friends. You pour the last glass of fresh water. The crystal catches the gentle morning light. It no longer glows amber. Now it shines with the cool brightness of dawn. You smile softly. The longest part of the journey is behind you, and somewhere ahead, a new destination quietly waits. The horizon glows a little brighter now. Soft shades of gold begin to spread across the sky. The sun has not fully risen, but its gentle light already touches the tops of distant trees. The countryside awakens quietly. Fields stretch endlessly beside the railway. Fresh dew sparkles across the tall grass. A small herd of horses grazes peacefully inside a wooden pasture. An old red barn catches the first warm light of the morning. Everything feels calm. Everything feels unhurried. The train continues forward. Its black steam locomotive works with the same quiet confidence as it did through the night. White steam rises into the cool morning air. The forest green Pullman cars follow gracefully behind. Golden reflections begin to appear along their polished sides. The overnight journey is slowly coming to an end. Outside, the farms become more frequent. Country roads begin to cross the railway. A milk wagon waits patiently beside a wooden crossing gate. The driver removes his hat as the train passes. Children stand beside a white farmhouse. They wave happily toward the elegant Pullman train. For only a moment, then they disappear behind the trees. The railway follows a gentle curve. Ahead, a small American town begins to appear. Brick buildings, church steeples, water towers, rows of maple trees lining quiet streets. Thin columns of smoke rise from chimneys. The town is slowly waking. Shopkeepers unlock wooden doors. A bakery prepares its first fresh bread. Cyclists begin their morning ride. The new day has quietly begun. Inside your cabin, the morning light now fills every corner. The brass reading lamp is no longer needed. You gently switch it off. For the first time since evening, only natural daylight remains. The walnut walls glow softly beneath the rising sun. You fold the wool blanket carefully. Your leather travel journal slips neatly back into your suitcase. The ceramic teacup from last evening has already been cleared away. Only quiet memories remain. The train begins to slow. So gently. You notice it more by feeling than by sound. The familiar rhythm beneath the wheels changes. Steel sings softly against steel. The brakes whisper. Ahead, a small American town begins to appear. Brick buildings, church steeples, water towers, rows of maple trees lining quiet streets. Thin columns of smoke rise from chimneys. The town is slowly waking. Shopkeepers unlock wooden doors. A bakery prepares its first fresh bread. Cyclists begin their morning ride. The new day has quietly begun. Inside your cabin, the morning light now fills every corner. The brass reading lamp is no longer needed. You gently switch it off. For the first time since evening, only natural daylight remains. The walnut walls glow softly beneath the rising sun. You fold the wool blanket carefully. Your leather travel journal slips neatly back into your suitcase. The ceramic teacup from last evening has already been cleared away. Only quiet memories remain. The train begins to slow. So gently. You notice it more by feeling than by sound. The familiar rhythm beneath the wheels changes. Steel sings softly against steel. The brakes whisper. The elegant Pullman train stands quietly behind you. Warm sunlight reflects across its forest green carriages. Soft steam still rises above the black locomotive. It has carried you safely through an unforgettable night. Not with excitement, not with speed, but with patience, comfort, and quiet grace. You smile gently, then turn toward the station. A brand new day waits just ahead. And somewhere, another peaceful journey is already waiting to begin. Thank you for joining this quiet overnight journey through America in the late autumn of 1937. Wherever you are, I hope these gentle miles have helped your mind grow a little quieter, your breathing a little slower, and your evening a little more peaceful. The journey has come to its quiet end. The train now rests peacefully beneath the gentle morning sky. Its work is finished. And perhaps so is yours. If your eyes have already become heavy, you may simply let them close. There is nowhere else you need to be. Nothing more you need to do. Only breathe slowly and enjoy the peaceful silence. May your dreams be gentle. May your night Be calm, and may tomorrow greet you with the same quiet kindness that carried you through this journey. Thank you for spending these peaceful miles together. Until our next adventure, good night. Sleep well, and sweet dreams.